Hello everyone, I'm Dean Kelly with the Northwest Georgia Tea Party, and today I'm sitting here with Paul Shaw, and we're going to discuss Walker County politics. Paul and I first got acquainted back in 2010 when he became a member of the Tea Party, and then later 2010, and then ran for commissioner in 2012, where you lost just a little over 200 votes.
Correct.
And Paul's issues that he was running on have come to fruition. Everything that he was talking about at the time, the hospital that you were advocating be sold at that time.
Right, for $64,500.
Yeah.
When the commissioner had, that was the premier bid, but she didn't let another hospital corporation come in and bid on it. She refused to even do that.
Right, and you were advocating the sale of it at that time. Instead, the debt more than just about doubled, I guess, at that time.
Right.
From about 35 million to 80 million, but when it finally started the selling process, and they're selling it anyway after millions of dollars have been put in the hospital. And you were advocating the sale of it way back then because you knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to come.
Well, it would take an idiot not to know it.
Yeah, exactly.
And at that time, the Hospital Corporation of America offered $64.5 million, and now I think they actually ended up getting rid of it for what, $4 million?
Yeah, and of course they sold the nursing home for a little over $7 million.
Yeah, and now Walker County has got a 10 million or more debt that we've got to pay, and I don't care what the commissioner says, we don't have to pay it. Yes, you will pay it, and it's not Beebe that'll pay it, it's the citizens of Walker County that are going to have to pay it.
Well, especially with that recent judge ruling where he's adding in the penalties and the late fees, which I think is about $16 million.
Yeah, there's no cure for stupid.
And then, of course, the next thing was the county debt. You were sounding the alarm at the time of the county debt.
Right, it was right at $45 million, and now, and Beebe called me a liar, said, oh, the county doesn't owe that much money. Well, a miracle has happened. Now it's closer to $80 million.
Yeah, $80 million. So our county is in bad shape financially. But anyhow, at the time, you were kind of, to make play on your name a little bit, you were kind of the Paul Revere of Walker County, sounding the alarm at the time on all these issues, but you've been proven to be right on all those issues. So you deserve credit for that, and I want to do that.
I appreciate that.
I want to do that with our video today on all those issues. Of course, you barely got inched out at the election 4 years ago, or things would be different today. But I want to move on to the multi-commission board, as you and I have talked about, which is also part of your platform at the time.
Absolutely, has been and is now.
So if you don't mind, just take a few minutes and explain to us why you think that's so important that we have a multi-board commission.
Well, you get the argument, especially from our current commissioner, that the solo commissioner is more efficient. Well, that is true. But a solo commissioner can make a whole lot more mistakes, which is self-evident now, than a board. Now, a board can make mistakes. Let's don't be facetious about it. A board can make mistakes. But it's much better to have 5 men and women making the decision than one person. And especially when that one person won't even accept that they've made an error.
Yeah.
So we've got to get a 5-person commission in this county. There's only 6 counties in the state of Georgia, and there's only 6 counties in the United States.
All of them in Georgia.
All of them in Georgia that have solo commissioners. What about the 3,000 or 4,000 or 10,000 other commissions? Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we ought to think about this. Maybe we ought to have a 5-person commission. And then you could have not only the commission, but you'd have a chairman, but the chairman would be non-voting. So you don't have one person dictating to 50,000 people how they got to live. And that's what we've been going through, and we have been getting screwed. I'm sorry for the word, but that's what we've been getting.
Well, with a sole commissioner, you have all executive and legislative authority vested in one person.
Absolutely.
At least with the multi-commission board, they couldn't spend over a certain amount of money or enact any new legislation without going through that commission. And I think if we'd had that system, Mountain Cove Farms would have never happened.
That would never have happened, and you would never have seen splash money being taken out of the splash and misappropriated. And that's what we have now. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know the intricacy of the law yet, but it looks like we've had a politician, a lifelong politician, that has misappropriated public funds. And I've had several lawyers and legislators tell me that that is a felony. So we'll see.
We'll see how that turns out. Well, speaking of all that, of course, we got candidates running for her position. I don't think BB's going to be reelected. So we have Shannon Whitfield and Michael Perriton. Do you have a particular candidate you think is best for the job?
Yes, I do. I've met with both of the candidates, and I've looked at their financial history. I've looked at their business history, and I'm going to throw 100%. My wife and I will throw 100% behind Shannon Whitfield. In my mind, I think he is absolutely the best candidate. He has the business knowledge, he knows how to work details, and he's extremely well spoken. And I will back him 100%.
All righty. Well, Paul, I appreciate your time and
Well, I appreciate
your thoughts on all
y'all.
this. And I guess we'll pay attention. We'll see how things go. And maybe we'll be back another time and we'll be talking more politics in Walker County.